Hello, and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK came down here yesterday, gave us some first ideas that maybe this wave 4 is finally starting. There are numerous ways how this wave 4 could play out, so it is too early to really define a structure for wave 4. With corrective waves, as always, we have to, we have to track them and just sort of develop the most probable scenarios as we're watching the chart. There are different ways. This A wave is a little bit shallow, but it's acceptable. It came down to $13.47. It is entirely possible that we're now in the B wave and would get a C wave down. So the problem with that is that if I take the length of the wave 2 into account, which was several weeks, actually a couple of months, then this is way too short. Okay, so but what could play out either this is still a subwave of wave 3, so a subdivision, still that we get another extension in wave 3 before we come down in the large wave 4, or so then we would make a new high and possibly trigger $18.20, which is possible. Or this ABC is just part of a larger ABC structure. You know, an A wave can be a 3-wave move. Then we could get a wave B afterwards and a wave C down. This is what, I think is quite likely, where you actually see a corrective structure get into a much more complex corrective structure. How to deal with that? Well, see, you never know really which scenario is going to play out in a correction, because there are more than 10 different, I think 12 or 13 different corrective structures in Elliott wave that can all play out, right? It could turn into a triangle, could turn into an ABC, could turn into a WXY. Typically tracking an ABC is the most straightforward thing to do, is the first step to do it, or that you follow, the first structure you follow, because ABC structures are the most common ones. They're just a standard type of correction, but they can always extend, okay? So an ABC structure can always turn into a larger 3-wave structure. So that's why we don't want to get too bullish too early. We want to be mindful that it could turn into a larger 3-wave move and it could get a bit choppy. But to keep it very simple, we can say that we don't want that wave 4 to get below the $9.75 level, or actually better, the $9.50 level, which is the breakout point that we had here out of this massive range in which LINK has been moving for over a year. So we don't want it to get below that level, and against that level we can measure our risk, $9.50. Okay, so also this structure tells us we could be, so either we get another extension, which would be bullish, or we get into a choppy range for a little while. And that is why yesterday I launched a grid bot. I explained that in yesterday's video already. It's already happy with the latest move up, very happy, and hopefully it will eat through this range. Like Pac-Man, basically, yeah. So that's sort of what I plan to do with quite a few coins in this current decline. If we get a little bit more of a decline, I'll start a few more grid bots, because, we could enter a few B-wave rallies. The grid bot loves B-wave rallies. You don't want to trade these by hand necessarily. Well, you could do, but yeah, so you know what I mean. So essentially, it's too early to say what structure it is. We've had some initial signals that this could be the start of wave 4. It should take a while, this wave 4. If it's not taking a while, and if we already in the next few days break above the recent high, then this is still all part of the third wave. So I would still count it as part of the current rally. Yeah. Also, let me see, it reacted to this kind of trend line here as well. So you might say, yesterday I highlighted to you, if we get a break below this line, it's an indication that some kind of a top has been put in place, which is the case. But now we have the next trend line to break, basically. I'm not sure how reliable it is. It's probably not. Let's just double check something. See, it even broke it and retesting from below. So objectively, if we put it here with as many touch points as possible, it broke below the trend line and is retesting it from below. It could be that this was a small B wave and we're now coming down in wave C. The grid bot, for example, has already taken some profits. It would buy again down and will then take profits in this B wave rally. Or if after that a more bullish rally happens, then it will take profits along the way. Obviously below $9.50 I will stop out. That's sort of how I would play this personally. Now trading this manually is difficult, and it also takes just too much time. That's the main reason. The Gridbot might make a little bit less profit, but you don't have to waste any time on it. That's the benefit. So other than just managing the range, but it might be we spend a bit of time in this range. We'll see. I just give you some food for thought, no financial advice or anything. Essentially, I can only share with you the key levels where the price should react if we are now in a wave 4. And that's between $9.75 and $12.87. With, to be honest, an ideal target for the fourth wave at $11.04. That's the 38.2 retracement. Also pay attention to the red line, $11.80. It is previous resistance. It is Fibonacci resistance. We broke above that level. Not sure how relevant that level still is, but it might be that when we come down to this level, it just might act as a little bit of support, additional support in the range, because we had previous resistance. And then if we make another, let's assume we push higher and we get another extension in wave 3, then the $18.20 level, basically this green line, will be relevant as next structural resistance. It's basically here, as you can see here, this previous breakout, well, not breakout point, it's previous structural resistance, so it might act as resistance again. We might be working also here on an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's a bit difficult to see. Tiny left shoulder maybe, head, even though it's a bit of a Bart Simpson head there, maybe a small right shoulder. We'll see, come down to $11.82 and then move up, right? That's just a possibility I'm exploring at the moment. But I keep you updated about that. But overall, yeah, as long as we're holding that $9.50 level, which was the breakout point of this long range, as long as we're holding that above that level, I would go with the current wave count. Below that level, however, new lows might be coming. Because if we fall back into the range that kept the Link price caught for more than a year, then that's not bullish. That's my update about Link. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.